Hey guys, it's Wendy Hutchinson with Alinea Life Coaching. I wanted to talk today about all of the energetics going on everywhere all at once. I know it's been kind of chaotic for a lot of people in their personal lives, and I wanted to speak directly to that. But I also wanted to talk about the global energetic changes that are happening right now and we are experiencing in real time. And it feels very chaotic. I'm just going to start with the last week. We had an assassination attempt on Donald Trump. We had Joe Biden step down from his run for president. And I'm not a very political person, but those are really major events that happened recently. Then we had the technology software update glitch that literally decimated operations globally for airlines, for businesses. I think Starbucks was impacted, energy companies were impacted, airlines, obviously. Some of you are still dealing with airline travel issues, were impacted. It was just such a revelation, right? Around how dependent we are and interconnected we are through the internet and our software devices, our laptops and our software programs, our phones, all of it, right? So there's a lot of energetic revelations coming up, and it kind of feels like stirring the pot. It almost feels like if you were just shaking a jar of muddy water and watching all the particles kind of float around. That's kind of energetically what's happening on the planet. And I think it's keeping a lot of people on their toes and catching them by surprise. So my first thought is I need to share with you that the frequencies on the planet are intensifying and rising. And when the vibrations raise, when frequencies raise on planet, that means the energy is vibrating faster. And a couple of byproducts of that are when things are vibrating faster, you don't have that long and slow unfolding of events. So when we were in a lower density of a third dimensional version of Earth, it's been a couple of years since that has fallen away. But when you're in a lower gradient of frequency, everything is vibrating a little bit slower. So there's a lot of time between an inception and execution of an event. There's linear time. And as the frequencies accelerate, as the frequencies become higher and more intense on our planet, I'm going to refer you to the Schumann resonance just to review the history of this incredible amplification of energy coming at us through the sun. And the Schumann resonance basically is a scientific measure of frequency between the surface of the planet and its outer atmosphere. And it has been going absolutely bonkers, like next level insane measurements for a while now. Specifically this year, there's so many unprecedented numbers and markers being hit and events. So my point is, as things amplify and accelerate, we are experiencing everything more in the now moment because time is collapsing. When you have linear time, it's a very slow, drawn out experience. Energies are vibrating at a slower rate. And when you have a slower rate of spin and vibration, there's a lot of room for density. There's a lot of room for deceit. There's lower vibrational experience that aligns with that frequency. So that would be like energy siphoning. That would be like a slavery kind of abuse model of existence. There's just so much happening that is not serving humanity. And it's just because the density of the frequency allows it on planet. And now we're seeing a rapid acceleration. So what happens as the energies amplify, as they intensify, what is happening is we are getting bombarded because we live on the planet's surface with higher frequency. And for people who are doing this higher consciousness work, you guys are practiced in how to navigate that. You have tools, you have conscious awareness of how you feel energetically, you practice self-care, you are on an endless quest of self-improvement and expanding knowledge, and you are probably able to handle environmental stress and personal stress a lot better than someone who has not been practiced in these things. People who are just bubbling along in their life and their programming, people who are very polarized in their beliefs and really eager to debate somebody to convince them that their way is right and your way is wrong. And you might be seeing that with all of this political turmoil being churned up right now. But my point is, we are experiencing higher frequencies and vibrations on the planet. And what that is doing is just shedding and releasing those lower density energies from your energetic field. And as that occurs, it's going to rock your world, because a lot of people have been humming along with their blinders on and not really acknowledging the truth. Many aren't capable of holding the truth because it is such an emotionally challenging thing to hold space for uncomfortable things. And some people have zero capacity to hold it. And so what they're going to do is they're going to lash out. They're going to attack you. They are not going to take responsibility for their inappropriate behavior, their disrespect, their lack of consciousness in their interactions with the people around them. You're going to see a lot of emotional triggers manifesting in really inappropriate behavior towards you or people around you. And this is going to be really apparent in family dynamics, friendships, maybe around the water cooler. Just people are on edge because energetically things are being flushed up and out. And it's really forcing you to take all the masks off that you've been wearing, because there's this inner knowing that you have not been authentic. And as we raise our frequency, truth and authenticity are really going to be difficult to deny. You're just going to feel it. You're going to feel it pressing up. It's going to make you so uncomfortable because you're going to want to speak the truth. You're going to want to stand up for yourself. And all of these things require us to really break down the programming that we have existed very comfortably in all these years. You know, people are really good at insulating themselves from hard truths by staying in a little bubble of their own making. Really, it's basically like, if I don't look at it, then it's not there. If I don't look at my husband having an affair, it's not happening. If I don't look at this overeating issue and emotional eating issue I have, then it's not there. And so the patterns that we have engaged in that aren't healthy for us or supporting our highest and best are really starting to be really clear, because experience is forcing the truth to the surface. So I've been just hearing and seeing this word in my mind, just revelations, truth rising, over and over. as we keep raising the frequencies on the planet. And if you have not practiced holding space or discomfort emotionally in your life, you are going to be really challenged by this time and what's happening externally and internally. And you are going to have a really incredible feeling of being out of control. And what happens when people feel out of control? They tip into fear. And what happens when people have fear and a lack of control? They double down on the control. And so you may be on the receiving end of that, where people are getting fired up, pissed off, yelling, trying to manipulate and control you through because of their own fears and project their fears on you. So there's that. Or on the flip side, you might be that person who is feeling really out of control and really uncomfortable and trying to default to your old programming, which is then to control all the events around you, all the people around you, because when you have this illusion of control, then you don't have to feel the discomfort. It's like, all right, I fixed this, I got this, I solved this problem. But the hard part about that is you're not taking responsibility for yourself. And so what I want to offer you is this opportunity to really look at yourself. What are you running from? Why are you so busy and not creating space for reflection? You're running from yourself. You're running from your truth. You're running from the darkness. You're running from all the things that make you feel vulnerable. You're running from vulnerability. And you cannot outrun yourself. You can't outshop yourself. You cannot escape yourself, because everywhere you go, there you are. So the only way to really move through this is to have the courage to take a hard look at who you've been, how you've been responding to your life and the people around you, how you're going to heal these emotions, how you're going to respond to the unpredictable events that are coming. And the main question is, who do you want to be in this world? How do you want to show up? Do you want to be that person that makes people feel small, that can't take accountability for your actions? Do you want to be that person who truly cares only about what other people think and your image, and you're killing yourself trying to be everything to everyone? Or do you want to begin your healing journey and start to really take care of your energy, to take inventory of what you've been allowing in your life that is unhealthy, and making the hard decisions to start cutting all that shit that has been weighing you down, the people, limiting beliefs, behaviors, career choices that are toxic, anything that's toxic. It needs to go. And if you're not willing to do it voluntarily, the universe is going to do it for you. So my suggestion is to really take inventory of where you are right now, of your life, of your patterns, of your belief systems, and question everything. Ask yourself, is this toxic? Is this supportive? You're going to have a feeling, you're going to have an expansive feeling if the answer is yes, this is right for me. And you're going to feel kind of sick and contracted inside energetically if you are in a situation that is not aligned for you. And come on, we all know it, right? We freaking know it. We fucking know it. We just don't do anything about it. But I'm here to say that this is really now the time to really cut everything that is not moving you forward in your life, that is not supportive, that is not aligned. And that may require actually cutting aspects of yourself away, allowing aspects of yourself that have not been true to you to fade away. And you do that by making higher and more elevated choices. And normally I come on and I try to be so nurturing and loving and kind and supportive, but I can feel the energetic chaos out there, and I can feel the impacts on everyone around me. And that includes, friends, clients, family members. There's just so much. And I want you to remember, when you're going through these things and when you're recognizing something that you don't really like about yourself, or maybe a pattern or behavior you've engaged in that is not reflecting who you are at your highest, let it go. You don't have to have a story attached to it. It can just be an experience that you have had, maybe for decades, maybe not that long, I don't know, but you don't have to go through months and months of shame around it. You have the capacity to heal. You have the resources to heal. There are so many free resources, and there are incredible books and podcasts and healers and people who are eager to help you navigate these really difficult times. So I guess I wanted to remind you that you're not alone, that you can navigate this. It will be hard. Nurturing yourself, bringing all your energy back in, treating yourself and holding yourself with kid gloves right now, and being incredibly kind to yourself and others it's so important right now. And this is really just a transition space. We're transitioning from who we've been and stepping into who we are meant to be. And if you just nurture yourself, trust yourself, listen to the inner voice, and know when you make aligned choices, the doors open and you walk through with ease. When you make choices that aren't aligned, you're going to struggle pretty hard. It's kind of a no mercy situation at this point. So be really careful about what you choose. Listen to your heart, get support, love yourselves. Also, I wanted to let you know that you can get resources on my website. It's alenialifecoaching.com. You can purchase my book there, Finding the Path of Me. If you're having a hard time navigating, these changes in life, it's just a guide to help you move through these different stages of healing. And it's reasonably priced. Finding the Path of Me, just Google it. It's actually this month, I think we have a few more days left in July, on sale for, I think, like 25% off on Smashwords, and I'll put the link in the comments. Also, I have an oracle card deck that I created, and I wish it was around here so I could show it to you. I should have thought about it. But it's a soul power deck. And what it does is gives you, oh, here it is. I found it. It just gives you inspiring messages every day. You can just pull a card or 3 cards, and it's just inspiring messages, soul messages for you to help you on your journey. So, there's tools and resources available. I hope you all believe in yourselves because you have what it takes. You have what it takes to move through all this density and change and shed and release all the stuff. It's kind of icky right now, but I know you're going to make it. You'll come through the other side and feel so much better. And I love you all. Take care. Bye.
Mm-hmm.